Looks like you're ready. Click here to start streaming. Alright, it says you're live, so I guess this is working now. That wasn't too bad. It only took me a minute to figure it out after the start time. But can you hear me? That's the question. No, it still says waiting for me. That's so interesting. On one it says you're live, on the other one, well actually on two of them it says I'm live, but on the actual thing that you guys see, it says I'm not live. It says you're waiting for me. Ah, there we go. I just had to refresh the screen. Alright, cool. Volume, check. That's so interesting. On one it says you're live, on the other one... Alright, I think the volume's good. Okay. So, welcome to Kingdom Maker. This is SimAnt 2020. I've been playing this game for about a month, and things have been going quite well. I've been enjoying it, learning a bit about it, and someone recently joined my YouTube channel, or subscribed from this game, and they're a nice person, so I figured, hey, why not make a video and see how that goes. So, on this one I have, on BlueStacks I have two accounts, one that I use just to spy on finding people, and then the other one's the first account I actually made, which is the Sumter. I haven't logged into this account in quite some time. Actually, no, it's only been like 2 days, I think. And when I was there, I was in a guild in the top 5, but we were getting bullied a lot, and I ended up switching servers, and on the server I'm on now, people are working to prevent bullying, which is great, so it's wonderful. So, yeah, I'm pretty far in this game, theoretically, but it's interesting because most war games it's just about the fighting and beating up each other, but in this one there's oh yeah, so they kicked me. But in this one it's pretty neat because there's this whole tree of nobles, and that gives you and the nobles actually do a lot of things. Let me just see about the volume because I think it's a little loud. There you go. But yeah, so I could start this game from scratch again just to show you what's going on. I'll play on my main account, but yeah, this is the old account. I don't know why I have buffs if I'm not even in alliance. That's not supposed to be the case, but that's interesting. I wonder, I still haven't been attacked on this guy, huh? If you decide to come back, please join the sub. Oh, they made a sub alliance. But yeah, let's take a look to see here. Whatever, I'm just going to join a random one. Quick join. But, so the alliances, let's take a look here. That was the right screen. See, I'm still not used to the screen. So you have this top guild here. Actually, wow, our guild's in second place. This is where I was. And then these guys at third should be aligned with the ones in first. So basically, there's this one guild, Blood and Death, and they're complete bullies. They control the server almost absolutely. And they ended up, where is Alliance of Peace? They ended up attacking these guys, and one of the people just ended up destroying like their entire alliance in one attack. And that was the last day I really played on the server, and I switched to the other one. But yeah, so this game is really cool, actually. For a war game, it's got a lot to it, and the one very unique thing about this game that makes it awesome is that there is no rebuild time for your armies. Your troops don't die, they just get injured. So you never have to rebuild your army. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to attack something I can't beat. And I'm going to wipe my army, but you'll see how long it'll take me to get it back. Let me just take a look here. I'll try to make sure I die quickly. So there's going to be a march time, which is a little unfortunate, but where am I on this guy? Alright, so this should be a good spot to die. But yeah, this is the very cool thing about this game. So I'm going to use my weakest army. Well, not just horses, because that won't show you much. So I got, alright, 600 troops, sure, why not? So you know, you can see the march time here is 2 minutes, so it'll take them 2 minutes to get there, and then I'll just, actually I should have attacked this. This probably would have killed him quicker, so maybe I'll go after this guy too. And then I'll just send him to die, but once again, there's you don't lose your troops, so most games, if you wipe your army, you're going to have a rebuild time of, you know, it could be weeks, could be, you know, days. I've never seen it in hours of a rebuild time. Usually, you know, especially as you get further in the game, it takes much longer to rebuild your army. If people attack you, you know, your base, you lose resources, but it's really not that much. And the way this game does it is it has a whole morale system, where if you attack somebody weaker than you, you lose morale. And then as you continue to lose it, you can see that you know, you get some serious penalties. So it kind of has an anti-bullying thing. And if you ever attack somebody that was attacked recently, you lose like 20% of your morale. So almost nobody hits somebody twice within a short period of time. I think it's like you have 8 hours or something before you stop burning, which makes you pretty much almost like a little mini shield. But yeah, so that's going on. So yeah, and if there's interest in this, I can start from the beginning and make a new account and just really show you the gameplay. If not, I just won't stream it because I don't care as much. So it'll be up to you guys in your comments whether this is something that will interest you. So yeah, it's a war game, but it's a bit more than just a war game. So you got these nobles, and these nobles can do a bunch of different things, which is really cool. You can like sabotage other people's bases. You can, you know, rob their treasury. You can pop open their gates so that when you fight them, it's an easier battle. There's you know, there's just many things that make this game pretty cool. So it's not just your straight up war game. So let's just show you what I mean by the rebuild timer. And then, you know, with the fighting, it's not just the AI. Once you send a fight, the AI does it completely themselves. You have some control. Granted, it's not much, but it's something. Oh yeah, we'll definitely get wiped here. So I'm just sending them all to die. I'm going to do that with the other group too. Why not? But you can always surrender an attack that you didn't mean to do, and there's no loss if you're fighting just the NPCs. So you can watch. Oh, I guess we could zoom in a little bit here if I can get the thing right. Zoom in. All right. Well, there you go. But yeah, you can see my guys are just getting wrecked. I got some catapults. They're gonna get destroyed too. But yeah, so once again, I'm gonna wipe a couple of my armies. You can see what it's like to rebuild them. I shouldn't say rebuild them, to heal them. There's no limit to how many troops can be healed, how many units you can wipe. Most games, you know, your hospital gets full and then everybody else dies, and you know, your hospital will take, depending on the game, like State or Survival, and I had heal times that were like, you know, 6 to 8 hours, and then I had to rebuild the guys that died, and that took like 3 or 4 days. So it was just shitty compared to this game. I mean, this is just super impressive when it comes to being a gentle and kind of, you know, you lose everything, you're not gonna have to wait a week to get back to where you were. It's just a really nice game in that respect. Kind of like somebody who's played, the developer, somebody who's played war games, gotten bullied, lost their armies over and over again, and said, hey, I'm gonna make a game where it's still considered a war game. I put in some extra attributes and some extra content that you can do, but then you know, if you get your ass kicked, it's not gonna set you back for a week. You're not gonna be unable to play the game. And the other thing that's pretty neat about this, that like the most recent war game I played was I think it was called Forge of Empires or something, or Rise of Empires, and I wanted to grind a lot because I'm a big grinder, and if you know Orna, I played Orna with my wife for a long time, and you know, grinding is all Orna is, and I played that game for, I don't know, you'll have to ask Johnny, I think we played it for like 8 months or something, and it was just grindy. Actually, maybe it was more than a year. But in most games you'll have energy so that you can only grind so much, and then you have to wait, and it kind of gives, you know, more advantage to pay to win players because they can just dump money for energy. But this one, you don't have energy, so you can play it as much as you want, which is good and bad for me because I'm addicted, so I play a lot. But so here's my heal of my biggest army. It's only 42 minutes. Or second biggest army. Actually, no, this is 600 troops, so maybe it'll be biggest, but these guys have catapults. So this one, 51 minutes. it costs some resources that I don't have for that guy. But this one is just food, which is the most basic and easiest one to get. So, you know, you lose your entire army, you know, at most, what am I? I'm at 3.5 million power. It's going to take me, you know, under an hour to have everybody back with, you know, without losing anything. So that is probably the most impressive thing about this game. But, you know, it's good and bad. So that's the good side of it. The bad side of it is if you have bullies, you know, you can't really destroy their army. But on the server I'm playing on now, we discovered that we work together and we kill bullies, but we discovered that you can basically zero out a bully and they won't be able to rebuild or heal their army if they have no troops. So you just gotta take out all their troops, hit their base a couple times. When they run out of food, they can't rebuild, so they're kind of screwed. And the one serious bully we had ended up quitting just from doing that. So, because I thought the problem was, you know, if you get somebody that's really bad or, you know, not fun to play with, you can't get rid of them, but you can. So it's good. But that's kind of where I am now. So on the other one, my size is a little bit smaller. I'm at 2.5 million power, but we're in, you know, I'm in the #1 guild. There's no bullies on the server. You know, there's the top 10 guilds. I think 4 of us work together and just helping each other. One of them is an enemy to the server, but not much anymore because we worked together and we kind of took him out. And then there's the other guilds, you know, that are just doing their thing. So it's been great. So if there's interest, if I see some comments, some likes, and this does draw some attention, I will continue with it. The Gladiators I stopped playing just because I got bored and there was no cloud save, so it's just inconvenient to try to stream because I always had to do it on my phone, or, you know, just do videos on my phone and then upload it to YouTube, and that was just a pain. I know since then they've made it so that there's cloud saves, but I just didn't get back into it. But yeah, that one I intended to make a series because I really liked the game. I thought the developers were doing good stuff, and I said, hey, why not? Like I did with Pocket Ants. But this one, I think it's amazing. I think it's a lot of fun. But war games are typically not things I stream, and you know, I'm kind of over YouTube. But if there is interest, I'll go ahead and do that. So. Yeah, it's freaking, what is it, 9 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday in Europe, so I didn't expect to get a crowd, but I'll be watching for the comments, and if you guys like it, I'll start over, show you what's going on, then play on my main account. If not, until next time, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Until next time, see ya.